activities that older people might do. Agree with that. But that's kind of my opinion. And lastly, let's talk about some activities that older people might do. So in the U.S., older people are encouraged to take care of their health, and older people tend to be conscious that they need to exercise and keep their body in shape, and so it's really common to see older people walking early in the morning or at different times during the day. But I tend to walk pretty early in the morning. I like walking, and I see almost exclusively older people. I don't really see a lot of younger people walking around the neighborhood at this time, and that's because younger people tend to have to work or go to school or whatever. But you get my point. I see a lot of older people walking around the neighborhood pretty early in the morning, and they do this in groups sometimes, or they might do it with their spouse, but that's very common, and it's common for them to try to engage in light exercise. So they might have some exercise classes or programs. It just depends on their preference. And there are some sports that older people really like in the U.S. I would say the most popular sport for seniors in the U.S. is golf. I love golf. I haven't played in years, but I still love this sport, and I hope to take it up again in the future. But if you play golf in the U.S., you notice that there are a lot of older people playing on the course. So this sport is not very hard on your body, so I think that's why it's a great type of sport for older people. And I sometimes see older people playing tennis too. Tennis is definitely harder on your body than golf. You definitely have to move more, but I think that a lot of older people can also play tennis and enjoy this sport. And I'm sure there are plenty of other sports that would be good options for seniors as well. And some older people like to garden. They might try to take really good care of their garden or their front yard or their backyard, and that can be a good activity for people, and it can be something that is even a little bit therapeutic for people. A lot of people like to garden because it's good for their mind. So that can be a great activity for older people. And of course, if they can, older people tend to like to travel. As I mentioned, people, once they retire, sometimes want to travel as much as possible with all of their free time. So that's another great activity. And of course, one other very common activity is spending time with grandchildren. That's obviously something that a lot of grandparents really like to do. Alright, why don't we stop there for today? I hope this episode was interesting for you. Remember that you have the transcript available if you need it. And if you want to practice with the difficult sounds of English and you need help understanding native speakers when they speak fast, make sure to become a listening team member so that you can access my listening practice seminars and start to understand those concepts, those patterns a little bit better. So you can click on the link in the description to access those, that's patreon.com/listening time. And of course, if you're a Spanish or a Portuguese speaker, then check out my ebook to start reading fiction in English. Alright, thank you for listening to this episode, and I'll talk to you on the next episode of Listening Time.